Hello, everyone, and good day to you. I hope you're doing great, and welcome back to part 2 of turn 6. And I think this has the potential to be a very exciting turn. First of all, you may be seeing this on Friday. Happy Friday to you. It's our first Friday of 2022, and like I said, Happy New Year to you. And I hope that you're doing great. Okay, we are going to get into this. We left off, of course, right at the hero phase. We're going to be going into the hero phase. Let's go down to the dungeon, and I want to show you a few things. And again, I think this will get you more acclimated to the game, maybe some strategies and things to consider, especially the situation that we're in down there at the Tomb of St. Viticus. So let's get down into the dungeon for the start of our hero phase. Oops. And before we go, just to show you, that was our quick reference card. We finished up the Guardian phase, and then we're going to go into Hero phase, then Monster phase. And I wanted to show you on the bottom of this card, there's some icons for you so you can look things up. So it's very handy. Okay, let's head deep into the dungeon. Okay, so going into our Hero phase, I just want to discuss a few things, maybe, teach you a couple things about the game and strategies to consider. Albus, we're going to move him first because we have this quest. We completed our the Chambers of the Corrupt, so we're going to give that kind of card to him. He could churn it in to get the 300 gold reward because it's a physical reward. So I want to start off with that. Maheliak right here has initiative token 1 and 2, and I've been walking by this table all day, looking down, thinking what to do. And I forgot there's a trap here. I have not looked at this, I swear to you. And there's a trap right here. We could run him, try to get through those traps. Because, like we discussed, remember the warfare types, you always want to have a hero attack a monster with, what they're proficient in. Well, I think he could do some good damage to Nafarion. And using his intimidating shout. So I think he could put some damage on Nafarion. However, it might be reckless to do because there's a trap. It could be a trap. And then there's one right there. And I got these out. These are the two different kind of trap tokens because, if you've been watching the series, it's random. So there's a clear trap where it means you don't have to pick a trap card, or you have to pick a card. You found a trap. So it's random. I don't know what's under those trap tokens. So I hope you see my point. I think, and something you may want to consider, I don't think we want to risk having Maheliak, even if he can get the movement, try to get through these traps, contend with them. So what I thought of is up here, there's a possible mining node. And we haven't hit one yet, so this has to be one. I think that we're going to come out of this chamber and kind of go around and do some mining because Nafarion is right here. And if we notice, he's on he's on a patrol route right now. So he's going to be picking up a patrol route, correct? Well, the orange and green patrol route are right here. So there's, those colors are on 2 of the sides. So there's basically a 50% chance Nafarion is to come this way. We'll be in a better position to attack next turn. See what I'm saying? So I think that might be more wise gameplay. We wait here, we come up here and we wait to see if he comes in here. And then of course, even if he doesn't, I don't think we're going to mess with those traps right now. We're going to come around here. We're still going to have to contend with the trap, and we'll go through the Chamber of Kings North and get into our quest area. But you've seen this game. Who knows what's going to happen? And that's the exciting thing. So that's the plan we're going to do. And so we're going to come around with Maheliak. So I'm going to show you one more thing, and then we're going to activate everyone. And as you know, Matari is in the village. She's coming into the dungeon. Immediately when she comes into the dungeon here, this is going to trigger this vagrant minion to convert into a raiding minion. So, our plan is going to be move right here, attack this goblin footman but Red Widow is of course right here. So if we notice 1, 2, 3, 4, Matari will be right out of range of line of sight. So Red Widow will not see her. However, she could move up to the purple patrol route on her turn where she's going to attack Matari. So this could be something very interesting that could play out. We'll see. All right, let's go back down to the Tomb of St. Viticus. Let's activate our heroes. Okay, and we have initiative token 1, and of course, Mahaliak has that. And I hope you didn't mind me taking the time to explain kind of the strategy, but hopefully it teaches you even more about the game and things to consider. Okay, so let's get or rather the D6, base movement of 2. Roll to generate movement, and it is a 3. So, even if we went that way, 1, 2, we'd have to hit a trap. So it was probably wise we did this. So we're going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to, that's his first action for that initiative token 1. We're going to move again. That's good movement. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to leave them right there. Okay. And actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to move them there. So remember, you can't move diagonally. You can only move orthogonally. Left, right, up, and down. So we're going to move him there. And that will end it for initiative token 1. And we're going to get initiative token 2, which he has. And I think we're just going to hang out in this area, but I'm going to move adjacent to this to reveal this, okay? So we don't have to, but we'll roll 3. So let's have it be this 1, 2. We'll end the churn right there. We're going to reveal this. Gosh, wait, this. Well, all the rest have to be mining sites, right? Damn, I really wanted to do some mining with you. Okay, and then I think we're just going to end his turn right there. I wish that was a mining site because I wanted to do some mining, but we will do that. All right, so let's get Zeke going. So here's initiative token 3, which Zeke has. He's going to generate movement, base movement of 2. Roll the d6. That is 4, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to point it out again. Remember, even though there's like little squares in here, this is considered one big space. You don't count those squares. Just want to reinforce that. Close that. And let's move him for his second action for initiative token 3. That's a 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think we're just for initiative token 4. We're going to get him, actually, I'm going to move him way up north. I think we should do that. So let's pan the camera up, see where he ends up. And first action, 5 and 2, 7. That's good movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, stopping there. I'm going to stop right there. And I think that's it. I think we're going to just stay where we're at. We're going to see what Nafarion does on his turn coming right up. Let's get over to Matari and get her in the dungeon. Okay, and here's Matari in the village. We're going to roll for her movement, and she has initiative token 5. And you know what? I forgot to move Albus. Well, we can just do that to wrap up the hero phase. So initiative token 5. She has a base movement of 3, so you can get familiar with her card. So like right there with the boot, d6 plus 3 for base movement. Okay, so let's roll. It's good movement, so that's going to be 5 plus 3 is 8. I'm going to try to carefully move this over. So moving into the dungeon, just to make it easy and not bog down gameplay. So it's going to be okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, diagonal attacks are permitted. So she is going to attack the Goblin Footman. I have to get the warfare tokens. I'll be right back, and let's get this battle going. Okay, and before our battle, let me show you here. She is not too proficient in a few of these warfare types, so this might be quite a tough battle. And I think we're just going to do the battle right here. I think we have enough room so we could show you everything, and this is a good camera angle. So we're Goblin Footman here, only 1 health, but notice it is versed in physical and chaos warfare and ranged. Well, consulting Matari's warfare types and what she's proficient in, she is not too good with chaos warfare or physical, and she has a +1 to ranged. You know, her thing is mythical warfare and a little bit of spiritual she's proficient in. So this could be a tough battle if this minion decides to pull out the chaos or physical warfare to attack with. So it's going to be an interesting battle. And I already thought ahead what we're going to do because she still has initiative token 6. I think we're going to use enlightenment, and we're going to get a new special ability in case Red Widow moves to the north to attack. So we'll be a little better prepared. So let's get the warfare tokens, and there they are. Remember, this is the how you combat minions in the dungeon. Oh wait, first, I meant to get that out. Here is the raid token. So remember, as soon as a hero comes within 4 spaces of line of sight of a minion or guardian, well, speaking of minions, the minion will convert to a raiding minion. So I'm going to place this on its monster card. So now let's shuffle up the warfare tokens. Here they are right here. Flip them over. And I'll show you, I'll do it all. Since there's 3, I'm going to roll a d3. So this Goblin Footman is going to select the second one down. So it's 1. This Goblin Footman has selected physical warfare. It's going to be pretty tough. Okay. Let's get this out of the dungeon. And so Matari is going to roll the physical warfare dice and the final strike die, remember. And that's an 8. So that's not too bad. But consulting her hero card, that's really bad. She is not proficient at all. She's going to have to -3 from this. So let's see what's going to happen. And, okay. Remember, you process the warfare roll first, and then the final strike. The final strike is not a warfare roll. Just remember that roll. So here we go. Hopefully I don't knock anything over. Oh my God, I don't believe this. Oh wow. This was really bad. Because remember, you have to deduct, even from the final strike, this was not good. She almost landed a hit. So a 4 and a 6, of course, is 10, but she's going to have to -3 from that, right? That result is 7 underneath an 8. She's going to take a damage. Okay, so I'm going to just lower this down. Okay, so remember, that's like the initial strike. You know, they went at it with the warfare, you know, the first attack, and now they're kind of pulling away. That's what final strike is. It's like a chance for one of the combatants to land another hit. So she must have fell down. That is a nat 1. Remember, you even -3 from that, so that's in the negatives. That's really bad. And I'm sorry, then remember that it's going to damage her for 1, and then you use physical warfare for the final strike. So she took 2 damage from that. I'm going to lower that. So she is down to 7 health. That was not too good. And actually, I thought we could kill that. It's for I'll tell you what, for her final, I really wanted to kill that Goblin Footman. Initiative token 6, we're just going to attack and hopefully kill it. So let's just get the warfare tokens again. And okay, I have those. So remember, she's going back at it with her final action or initiative token. There are those. We really don't have to give him a shuffle because we'll use the die. And hopefully she kills it in this round. Let's see what it's going to select. 2 again. We're going to go 2 down. The Goblin Footman has selected. That's better because she has a +1 on her hero card. So just so you can see and get familiar with her, what she's proficient in. So we can add a 1 to this. Looking at the Goblin Footman card up there, 10. So she's got to score a 9. So let's get the ranged warfare dice. We're going to get the final strike die. And here they go to battle again. I hope you're enjoying this. Well, I can tell she rolled, how weird, she rolled a nat 1 the first time and a nat 20. So yeah, she killed it. And remember, you always process warfare first. 8 and 4, that's 12, plus the 1 is 13. She killed it. And if she didn't kill it in the warfare roll, final strike 20. This thing is dead. Gone. So consulting its monster card, we're going to do a loot and gold roll, of course. And it's a trash mob, 2020. Hopefully she rolls another nat 20 on that. But again, no life force. Now this would be something to catch on camera. The loot and gold roll, she rolls a nat 20 and pulls a legendary. It was carrying basically a legendary. We'll see. So she searches the Goblin Footman and finds nothing. This thing had nothing. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to back the camera up a little bit. That was a cool battle. And then we're going to move Albus, and then it's the monster phase. Before we get to Albus, I want to point out, remember, we have this environment that's in effect for the bounty board, that the village is paying 100 gold per minion slain. So, of course, that was a minion, and I have another red token. So our hero and mercenaries will get 200 now. All right, so let's go back to the dungeon and move Albus. Okay, and you can move to any hero to complete the quest. So here is Zeke, and here is Albus. Rolling for Albus, base movement of 6. Great, 6 and 6 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Plus we're going to give Albus some gold to buy a few things. So hopefully gets another good movement like that. Let's roll this right here. Nope, it's a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually perfect. So he's with Zeke. He's going to pass off, basically tell Albus or give him the scroll, think of it that way, to retrieve the 300 gold for the Chambers of the Corrupt. I'm going to give him that quest card. And they had some gold here. Well, Zeke does. So I'm going to give Albus 300. And then I think he's going to move down to Mahaliak and get that gold so they can buy some stuff. So, and he would have one more movement left, but he can't really move, so he's stuck there. So guys, that's the hero phase. Thought it was pretty interesting. I wish that was a mining node, but we will do some mining and crafting. All right, guys, on to the monster phase. And we're over here at our new minion movement speed track. We're going to consult this. Roll a d6. Let's see how fast the minions will be moving for this monster phase. 3, and that's a d6. We'll put that there. So they're just going to be using a d6. So not too fast, not too slow. All right, we have to spawn in a minion because remember our minion population, just going to move you right here so you can see, is on 5. And of course, Matari killed that Goblin Footman. So we'll go spawn in a minion. Let's head back over to the monster area. And we're here at the monster area. And remember, everything kind of shifts down because we slayed that, or Matari killed that minion. So we'll put Red Widow there, slide down Nafarion. I have the deck of level 1 minion cards. We'll give it a quick shuffle. And let's see what will be spawning into the dungeon. I'm going to roll a d6 for you. So we're going to go 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an elite. An elite, remember, gold star, special ability. This will be interesting. He must be mad because we killed his little brother, the Goblin Footman, the normal version. Let's take a look at this special ability real quick. I think we discussed this before, but let's just go over it again. Screeching Alarm. When a raiding Goblin Footman ends their turn, they will roll 1d20. On a result of 16 to 20, any minion within a 6 space radius is instantly converted into a raiding minion. No line of sight is needed. So these things can really cause quite the ruckus in the dungeon. Okay, so I'll tell you what, this is going to spawn him in here. Let me just get the d8. Should know how this works already. We're going to roll. Our elite Goblin Footman will be spawning in on, what is that right here? 3. And you know where it's going to be? It's going to move you up here. I got to go grab its miniature. So it's going to be in the cesspool north, right here. Okay, let me go put that here. And then we'll come back and we'll activate our first minion. Okay, and we have our pesky Goblin Footman, red base, and just remember, that's how you associate them. See the crystals at the top, red crystal, red base, and he spawns in at 3. Okay, let's see who our first minion is to activate. And our first minion up here is the Wraith Elite, and it is right here on the purple patrol route. So base movement of, is that 3? Yep, base move of 3, roll of a d6. That's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And Shadow Step, get our d20. And 16 to 20, this activates, it will get another turn. No, it is just a 6. Okay, on to the next minion. And our next minion is our Skeletal Grunt, right here on the orange patrol route. So it is going right here into the Pit of Darkness to the Skull Pile node. So roll of a d6, base movement of 2. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it will just squeak right in there. And its turn is finished. And you know what? While we're here, let's just get our next minion, because it happens to be right here. That's our Blackwood Prowler, also on the orange patrol route. Base movement is 5. The roll of a d6. 1. So only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Point them that way. Okay, next up is our Shadow Dweller. And our Shadow Dweller is back there in the Chapel of Light North. Base movement of 4, and this is an elite, has that webbed ability. So let's generate some movement. So right here. That's a lot. 6 and 4 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it ends up right on a patrol route. So next turn, it will be picking up a patrol route. Now, Red Widow is going to activate. This is going to be interesting. Okay, guys, let's see what Red Widow is going to do. Here's her monster card. Remember, she moves 3 quadrants, 3Q, 3 quadrants. And Matari will do good battling her, but remember, she's going to have to defend in all 3 phases. But I'm going to show you counter attack. So let's see what's going to happen. So there's a 25% chance, say, that Red Widow will go north if the purple patrol route comes up. I'm trying to roll right here for you, and Wouldn't you know it? Purple. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. She's going to move. She spots Matari, and she goes right for Matari. So we're going to have a battle. Let me explain something real quick. I did before, but since we're getting into this, I just want, I want you guys to know. When I created the AI for these minions and guardians, I created something called the target priority box. Notice here on Red Widow, C1, C2, C3. It's a very simple system, but very effective. I programmed them to go after the hero that they can do the most damage to. So looking here, C1, C2, C3, she is going to go after the hero where she has the best chance to do damage with the warfare types that she is versed in. So, and quite simply, it's this. C1 stands for Class 1 hero. That's your barbarian and knight. Class 2 is your archer and your rogue. C3 are your spellcasters, like your mage and what's the cleric. So notice, she's not going to go after your cleric or mage because she knows they're going to have a good chance to probably put damage on her. I guess you can say in air quotes, she's smart enough to know to go for Maheliak because he's not going to be very proficient in that. Yes, I spent a lot of time on the AI. It's very simple, very easy to understand. So case in point, let me show you where that's at on a hero card. But hopefully you get that. It's not too difficult. So we can see right here, this is the class rating, CR, same thing. Class rating of 2. So let's just say there was a class 1 hero. Let's say if Maheliak was right there, he has a C1. Looking at her target priority box, she's going to attack Maheliak before a class 2 because she can do more damage. See how that works? But she's going to be attacking Matari. Let me get the warfare tokens and the dice, and let me explain how all this works. This is going to be a cool battle. Okay, and I wanted to set up our little slice of the dungeon because I want to explain this to you, and I want to go kind of get you down in the action. So when a guardian attacks a hero, the first thing you're going to do is remember our battle tokens, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Okay, this is the defense side. Automatically take these on the defense side, place them on the hero card. A hero is going to have to defend in all 3 phases of the battle that's about to happen with Red Widow or whatever guardian it is. However, every hero starts with the 1 special ability, counterattack. Everyone has this. So basically what this does is here, and we can see it costs 1 essence. There's no level. We can't use it in the chamber. We can use it in the dungeon. And you could use this. You don't ever have to channel counterattack. And what this is after a hero activates it, it allows the hero to counterattack. They're allowed to select 1 of the phases of combat and try to get a hit in. That's simply what it is. But we're going to demonstrate this, and you'll get it. You probably already got it just from me explaining that. It's very, very easy. But when you start, just get in the habit of if a guardian attacks your hero, take those battle tokens, put them on defend. As of right now, they have to defend in all 3 phases. So remember before when we were attacking, and it's the same procedure, we had to meet or exceed the warfare values to land a hit. Okay, it's kind of reversed. Now with Matari or your hero, they're going to have to meet or exceed that warfare value to defend. If they roll under that, you guessed it, they're going to take the damage. So looking here, if Matari fails in all of those, that's 5 damage. And remember, these are normal guardians, and this is level 1, and this is just origin stories. As they level up, so let's say Red Widow, as she levels up, I wrote new special abilities for each of the guardians. So you're never going to see the same one. They're always going to change, and they're going to get more deadlier, more powerful. So, but at level 1, they just have an origin story, so it's not too tough, but there is a potential of 5 damage that the guardian can put on a hero, or at least Red Widow. So let's just play this out, and you're going to get it just from this battle here. I already have these warfare tokens pulled. Spiritual, mythical, and arcane. Okay, I have these here. I have the warfare dice. So at the start of the battle, we did that. We placed our battle tokens. I'm going to take these and shuffle them, and this is, again, part of the revised combat. So we're going to shuffle these. I'm just going to set them right here so you can see. Phase 1 is mythical. That's what we're going to use counterattack in. I'll tell you now. So consulting mythical, Matari would have to score I believe that's a 13, right? Yeah, 13. Well, remember, she's versed in, let's set these to the side real quick. She's very versed in mythical warfare, so we could add +3 to this. And remember that she does have this piece of gear that she purchased from the village, the Myth of the Mind, this common white piece of gear. So we're going to be able to add +1 to mythical and +1 to spiritual. So, she has a good chance at defending. So, but first of all, since this came up, we are going to activate counterattack. I'm going to just leave this out so you can see. We're going to activate this so we can hopefully put some damage on Red Widow. So I'm going to pay the 1 essence. So picture, whoops, so I knock Red Widow down. So Matari is going to come alive and try to put some damage on her. So take the phase 1 battle token, right? Okay, well, we're going to counterattack. We're going to attack instead of defend. You can only use that once though. And it says that on the card, so you can only do that once. But this is our best chance to at least put some damage on Red Widow. Take the mythical warfare dice, and let's see, so we have 1 and 3, so we could add 4 to this. Whoops. Oh man, 5 and 3, that's 8. Consulting her card and adding 4, so that's 12. And no, it's only 13. So kind of picture it, Red Widow just kind of batted her rusty dagger out of, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Nope. You know what? I'm glad I looked at this. I almost forgot, guys. Notice this has a +2. So we actually did damage her. So that would be 14. You know what? I'm glad I looked at that. So there you go. We actually put 2 damage on, or 1 damage, sorry. We put 1 damage on Red Widow. See, 1 damage. I have 1 damage here. So yeah, so she has 3 on her hero card. She's proficient in that. +1 from the Myth of the Mind pendant. And then +2 with the rusty dagger. That was, so really +6 to mythical. And like I said, I just forgot. We're going to build her to be a powerhouse in mythical, and it paid off. So I'm going to take the 1 damage marker. We'll set it aside. And now though, since that's done, I'm going to remove that, remove this. On to phase 2. Do you see how that works? As I knock Red Widow down again. Clear the dice, reveal for phase 2. Now she is going to have to defend. Arcane. Set that over here. What is she? I think she's middle of the road. Yeah, 0. So consulting Red Widow's monster card, she has to score a 12. It's going to be pretty tough. She's pretty strong with Arcane. So let's roll the Arcane Warfare dice. Phase 2. No. That's only an 8. And of course she needed that. She needed to hit a 12. So Red Widow damages her for 2. Matari's taking some damage. It's just coming right into the dungeon. Our Merc is taking a lot of damage. Okay. So you can see that's where our health is at now. Finally, we're in the last phase. Clear the dice, clear the warfare token, reveal, and of course it is spiritual. Now, consult her card one more time so you can get familiar with it. She's a little proficient in spiritual warfare. That's +1, but she has the Myth of the Mind white common necklace. She can add a 1 to this. She has to meet or exceed 11. So what, she needs to get a 9 on the spiritual warfare dice. So for the last phase, I don't think it's good. No, 7. Ouch. Even with her 2, that's 9. And it was what, 1 damage? Remember the number over there to the, whoops, right there is 1. So, yep, she puts another damage on Matari. She does have a healing potion that we're going to use. And there you go. Already she's down to, what is that, 4? Yep, she's down to 4 health. But she does have a healing potion and an elixir. And guys, that's how that works with Guardians. And we'll be, of course, much quicker, but when things come up, I want to take the time to explain it to you. So just real briefly, Guardian attacks a hero, right? Take the warfare tokens, defense side, put them on the hero card. If you want to activate counterattack, they get to, and it says right on the card, they get to select one of the warfare types to try to put some damage on. And then they have to defend in the other 2. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was an interesting battle. Let's head back to the dungeon. And because we still have Nafarion to see what's going to happen, and our brand new Goblin Footman. See you back in the dungeon.